We looked at a truss recipe. Oh goodness, what happened there? There we go. Sorry about that. Random pop-up on my screen. But anyway, so we had a video where we talked about the recipe of a truss, and then we built it from scratch in the next video. So this video, I just want to talk about what to do. What I want you to do is I want you to use the last video that we did where we built it from scratch. I want you to try to follow along and build it up from scratch yourself. Okay? And I totally expect you to, maybe there's some stumbling blocks in the way and things like that, but the first video was all about sort of trying to understand conceptually what we're doing, right? And that's really the hardest, to me, that's really important. So the second video was step-by-step, sort of going over the technical side of things, where is this widget and what do I plug in for the next thing, and just sort of executing that recipe that we talked about in the first video. So I want you to do that yourself. And like I said, feel free, you can always go back and refer to these videos, either the recipe or the step-by-step version. It's perfectly fine by me. As well, I've included the example files that I've been referring to and that I built. So I've saved those, and you can download those and look at those yourself if you need to refer to them. But I do want you to take the time and just build this yourself, okay? That's the only way we're going to learn is by practicing, okay? And so once you're done, I want you to make 3 different versions of trusses. You can basically make a line, right, yourself, or you could even try a curve. Wow, that'd be really crazy. But however, what I want you to do is build a line, right, and reference it here, and then adjust some of the parameters that you can, right? Like maybe it's the shape, right? Maybe it's the depth. Right, you can always leave this plugged in and change the depth, or maybe it's has to do with the density, right? I don't want a silly looking truss like this, right? You want more componentry, right? Look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's great. All right, so I want you to really quickly take 3 screenshots, right? So I wanted to take a screenshot of this one, then change the input, change some of the parameters, take another screenshot, right? So I want 3 different trusses built from the same recipe where all you're doing is maybe even changing just the initial line or adjusting some of these parameters, right? So these parameters are variable. You can always adjust them and create variation, right? You can always create multiple different types of trusses if you'd like. So that's the goal. I need 3 snapshots. Here's how to take a snapshot in Rhino, okay? This is what I recommend, actually. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Grasshopper. There we go. And let's take a look at the Rhino space. So you don't have to bake this stuff, but if you want to, you can, right? But if you just want to leave this in preview mode, right? Suffice to say, the quickest way to take a screen capture is you go to, there you go. View, pull-down menu, capture, and then to file, and then you can save a JPEG or PNG, right? It'll ask you which viewport you want to capture, right? And I hit OK, and then it says, oh, you want a JPEG, a PNG, TIFF, bitmap, whatever. All right. Now, this is just simple process, but I mean, I don't know about you. I hate this gray background, and I cannot stand the grid. If you're ever interested in changing that stuff, you can go to Tools and Options. You can change your background color, right? So if you go to Appearance, Colors, right? You can change your background color. There you go. You can always turn, if you go to Grid, you can turn your grids off, right? And so you're only looking at the geometry, right, at this point. Maybe that's helpful for you. I'll go ahead and turn this back to the way it was before. Just so it's not too confusing in the next videos, but yeah. Okay, restore defaults. There we go. All right, okay. All right, so just to be clear, I want you to follow along with the last video, step by step, build a truss graph yourself. And then I want you to make 3 different trusses using that recipe, right? Adjusting the parameters. And then you're just going to make a screen capture of each. So you'll just have 3 JPEGs to upload to the Google form that I send you. Okay, great. Now, I will say there's going to be another exercise, another video to make something more complex, a different type of truss. And so you'll have an assignment at the end of that one as well. But All right. I can't wait to see your trusses. Get to work.